The U.S. Department of Defense has published a list of weapons that will be included in a new $675 million aid package for Ukraine. This is stated in a statement on the website of the Pentagon, writes European Truth. The new aid package will include additional high-mobility artillery rocket systems HIMARS ammunition and 4 105mm howitzers, as well as 36,000 projectiles for them. The package also provides additional high-velocity anti-radar missiles HARM, 100 armored highly mobile multipurpose wheeled vehicles HMMWV, 5 million small arms rounds, over 5,000 anti-tank systems, 1,000 pieces of 155mm rounds of remote anti-tank mines RAAM, additional grenade launchers and small arms, 50 armored medical vehicles, night vision devices and other field equipment. In addition, of the $2 billion that the State Department plans to allocate for long-term investment in foreign military funding, $1 billion will go to strengthening Ukraine's security, and another $1 billion for Ukraine's 18 neighboring countries in the region. As you know, on September 8, U.S. Secretary of State Anthony Blinken arrived in Kyiv on an unannounced visit. Recall, according to media reports, the Pentagon is preparing a detailed analysis and is developing a plan to support the Ukrainian army in the medium and long term, including after the end of the war with Russia. From September 19, the Baltic States and Poland will introduce severe entry restrictions for Russian citizens with Schengen tourist visas, regardless of the country in which they are issued. This was announced by members of the Estonian government at a press conference on Thursday, writes European Truth, with reference to air. Together with Latvia, Lithuania and Poland, we want to significantly restrict the entry of Russian citizens whose purpose is tourism. Today, together with the prime ministers of Latvia, Lithuania and Poland, we will make a statement on this matter. We have already assessed this as necessary, said Prime Minister Kaja Kallas. Kallas singled out security issues as one of the reasons for imposing entry restrictions, since Estonia cannot control all arrivals. She noted that restrictions should include exceptions for those visiting family members, dissidents and residence permit holders. Kallas also noted that since air traffic was suspended due to the sanctions imposed against Russia, a very large burden fell on the countries bordering Russia. The head of the Estonian Foreign Ministry said that the Baltic country will close entry for Russian tourists from September 19. Estonia has a political will, which we are implementing in the legal field. On the night of September 18–19, a ban on entry into Estonia through the Schengen external border for citizens of the Russian Federation will come into force, regardless of which country issued the Schengen visa, the minister said. Foreign Affairs Irmas Riensalu. Norway will provide Ukraine with about 160 Hellfire missiles, launch pads and guidance units, as well as night vision devices from the Norwegian Armed Forces. The donations were announced by Norwegian Defense Minister Bjorn Arild Gram during a meeting today with defense ministers from around 40 countries in Ramstein. Initially, the missiles were purchased for the Coastal Ranger Commando, a Norwegian amphibious unit trained to operate in coastal theaters of operations, in the role of the Marine Corps and coastal artillery. This is the weapon that Ukraine asked for, and it will come in handy in the fight against the Russian occupying forces. The missile is easy to control, it can be used against both land and sea targets, said the Norwegian minister. The Norwegian armed forces checked the condition of the missiles before they were sent. They have already been taken out of Norway. Norwegian instructors trained Ukrainian operators to use the Hellfire. The life of the Hellfire system is nearing its end, it was planned to phase it out from the Norwegian armed forces. Norway also donated night vision equipment to Ukraine. This includes both night vision goggles and binoculars. This equipment has been replaced by newer equipment in the Norwegian armed forces. So far, we and our allies have been transferring military systems and equipment from our own stocks. In the future, we will need to work closely with the defense industry to ensure the necessary supply of military equipment to Ukraine. This will also ensure that Ukraine receives more modern and efficient equipment, Bjorn Arild said. Graham, recall that U.S. President Joe Biden approved a new package of U.S. assistance to Ukraine in the amount of about $675 million. President Volodymyr Zelenskyy confirmed the information about the liberation of the city of Balakleya, Kharkiv region, by the armed forces of Ukraine. Details: the president published a video message from the military from the liberated Balakliya. Mr. President, Mr. Commander-in-Chief, the city of Balakleya, Kharkiv region, has been taken under control. The order has been executed. The Russian occupation troops have withdrawn. The special unit of the Main Intelligence Directorate Kraken. Today is September 8, 1600, a Ukrainian serviceman says in the video posted. He stands on the roof on the flag of the Russian Federation, and behind him is the flag of Ukraine. Literally Zelensky, everything is in its place. The flag of Ukraine in a free Ukrainian city under a free Ukrainian sky. Thank you. Proud. Take care of yourself. To victory. What happened before? On September 8, Ukrainian defenders published photos and videos from Balakleya, which had been under occupation for 6 months. So far, there has been no official confirmation of the liberation of the settlement. Queen Elizabeth II died at the age of 96 at Balmoral Castle in Scotland. It is reported by European Truth with reference to the website of Buckingham Palace. Buckingham Palace has confirmed the Queen's death without giving a reason. The next British monarch will be her eldest son, 73-year-old Prince Charles. His wife, 75-year-old Camilla, will become Queen Consort, meaning that the King's wife has the same social status as him and the female equivalent of his monarchical title. Recall that on Thursday afternoon, the British Queen was taken under medical supervision because of the concern of doctors about her health. After that, all the children and grandchildren of Elizabeth II went to Balmoral Castle in Scotland, and the British public broadcaster BBC changed the broadcasting grid. In recent months, the media have reported on the health problems of Elizabeth II, because of which it was difficult for her to move around. As a result, she did not attend a number of events. In June this year, the Queen of Great Britain became the second longest reigning monarch in the world. Ahead of her was only Louis XIV, who ruled France from 1643 to 1715. Queen Elizabeth II, who was crowned in 1953, became Britain's longest-serving monarch in September 2015, surpassing her great-great-grandmother Queen Victoria. In early June 2022, the 96-year-old Queen celebrated her Platinum Jubilee on the throne with 4 days of parades, street parties and other events held across the UK and the Commonwealth.